It is a matter of personal preference whether someone finds push-pull leg training to be overrated. It is also important to remember that no training split is right for everyone, and different approaches may work better for different people. That being said, push-pull leg training is not overrated because many people are using it, but mainly because they are misusing it or not fully grasping the variables. It has endless combination, but the core is always going to be the same. It's going to be a push, pull, and the leg split. It is going to be a more specific body part split when you graduate from upper lower, but it is going to be at least 3 days. But there are no rules. You can add 1, 2, or 3 additional days to this. So for example, if you add 1, it doesn't have to be a push, a pull, or a leg. It can be anything, whatever you focus it. It can be a shoulder, arm, a lower body, or an upper body, or by all means, if you want to be generic, you can add a push-pull leg. And now we are training 4 times, and as you can see, the combination is already endless. It's probably not, I just didn't do the math. Or if you add 2 more days, then it can be as generic as push-pull leg, upper, lower. But as I said, there are no rules, so that 2 additional days can be anything. So you can combine smaller muscle groups like biceps, triceps, shoulder, calves, literally anything. The combination is going to be endless still. And this one is going to allow you to focus on smaller muscle groups, but doesn't actually get any attention when you are training. And if you are doing a 6 days rotation, that can be just a push-pull leg, and no, it doesn't have to be the same, but at least the first push-pull leg, every exercise, you can vary that. So there is this flexibility that allows you to tailor this whole training split to your individual needs and goals. But here comes the problem. If we look at the core training split, what people usually do is Monday, push day. They start with chest. It can be 1 or 2 exercises. It's mainly a pushing exercise and a fly. And what's the next one? Shoulders. It is always 1 or 2 exercises, either a shoulder press or a fly. And that's followed by a triceps exercise. Again, same thing, 1 to 2 exercises, a push down or an overhead extension. And if we go to the pull day, how does that look like? It always starts with some kind of lat pull down and then a rowing variation. And if someone is more advanced and they know what targets what based on their execution and setup, one is going to be more lat focused and the other one is going to be upper back focused. But this is where, for unknown reason, people add another back exercise, and it is usually the same, just with dumbbells. And then what's the next one? Biceps. So it's either a biceps curl for 1 or 2 exercises. And yeah, it can be a preacher curl. And sometimes it's a brachialis, so it's a hammer curl. And for legs, it is always a squatting variation or leg press, nothing wrong with that. And then comes a hinging variation, so any kind of deadlift. And if you are more specific, then we are going to do a Romanian deadlift or a stiff leg deadlift. And then that's followed by a leg extension and a hamstring curl. And maybe there is calves. But if I'm being honest, I got so many push-pull leg training split and I reviewed them, and do you know how many people are programming calves there, even if it's just the end of the session? Not many really. Not to mention, there was no glutes at all. And you can make the argument that squatting and leg presses or hinging movements are going to train the glutes already, but why not give it a direct work if you're not training your calves anyway? So you should already see the problem at the core days, because people are following a specific exercise order, even though this whole training split allows for flexibility. And if I'm being honest, there's no training split that doesn't allow that flexibility. So you can tailor this to your own individual goals and needs. But people are not doing it. They're just copying their favorite fitness influencer's training program or whatever they see online, because this is the sample, you have to follow this, but this is not necessary to do so. And yes, for beginners, it is going to work. And even for advanced trainers, it is going to work. But once you are more specific and you see that, okay, some of my body parts are not improving, and in most of the cases it is the arms, because people think that with push-pull leg training you can't get any arms because it's always at the end of the session. But that's already the better approach, because you can put that throughout your session and then give it 1 or 2 exercises, or even 3, take away from your chest and shoulder, or even from your back exercises, put them on maintenance, and then you can improve your arms, or you can put in an additional arm day. It doesn't have to be an upper body or lower or push-pull leg. It can be an arm day or even a second arm day. There are no rules. It's a training split for you. And this is exactly the reason why people are misusing it. And also, there are some fitness influencers who are preaching that with push-pull leg training, you can't get more than advanced. But, which is fine, because you are already advanced, but they are saying that it is only good for intermediate and beginners. I don't think that's right. These people are usually not well versed in programming or doing anything with a training split. The training split is just a tool for you to use to get to your goal. A push-pull leg plus a shoulder is not going to be worse than an upper-lower split if that is your focus. The argument is always the same. What about frequency? Well, okay, fair enough. What about that? Even if it's, a 4-day training split with push-pull leg and something, it can be better than upper-lower, because frequency is not something that's growing your muscle. Yes, we know that it has an effect on your strength, but is that truly something you need if you're trying to grow your body? If you equate volume, then you're going to get the same outcome as if you were to train a muscle group 3 times per week or once a week. And this is exactly why push-pull leg training split is overrated, or at least it is not used correctly. You can use any training split and get jacked out of your mind if you understand the variables and if you see yourself with a critical eye. Otherwise, you can't make the changes necessary to get there. Anyway, watch these 2 videos next, like, subscribe, hit the bell. For coaching, hit the link in the description. Talk to you soon.